All right, welcome to the second episode of Off the Rip, and today we're going to be talking basketball with a special guest, my boy.
Get in here.
EBC!
What's up, baby? What's up, boys?
What's up, man?
What's up? How we doing?
Doing great, man.
Good.
Better now that you're here.
Yeah, bro. That's right. Good answer, bro.
All right, man. We've listened to all the complaints. We're trying not to talk over each other as much in this episode because we did that a ton last episode, so we're going to try not to do that this episode. In this episode, we got AJ. We're just going to be asking him questions just about kind of his younger days, back in the day, the young bud.
Glory days, yeah.
And then we're going to, ask him about some current stuff and I guess looking towards the future. So let's just get right into it, man.
Let's go.
First question we got for you is, what brought you to Meridian, Idaho?
My wife, bro, actually, she's from Boise. She went to Capitol High, and we met in the Bay Area, Santa Cruz, actually, going to school. And I came out to visit a few times, and we ended up moving out here right when we got married. And we were here for about a year, left for a couple years, and then we started having babies. We moved back because it's a good place to raise kids. Yeah. So, I mean, this is where we wanted to raise our kids. So as soon as the baby started coming, we got back out here. And my wife and my kids actually are the reason I'm here.
Okay. And so you have how many now?
I got 4. I just had one a week ago. One more. We good.
So is that it?
Yeah, we're done with 4. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, done with 4.
So wait, how do you like it here then? Like,
I love it. I'm a real estate agent too, so I know all about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's one of the safest
house
places to live. Yeah, the housing market's nice. I'm busy. It's very seasonal.
Yeah.
I'm from Portland, Oregon. Very rainy. But I like the seasons, man. This place is great.
Tell me all about it. I live in Seattle.
Yeah. You know how it is, then. Absolutely.
So he's done with 4, guys. So it's his 4 and then him in the starting 5.
So you got 3 girls in and 1 boy?
No, we got my first 2 were girls and my last 2 were boys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
50-50.
And they're both 18. The girls are 18 months apart, and then the boys are 18 months apart. So hopefully not only like one grade. So
They're all going to be hoopers though, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to be, but yeah, if Daddy has anything to say about it.
Okay, so our next question is, what kind of player were you in high school?
Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What kind of player were you in high school?
What kind of player was I?
He was a
Yeah. I could ball a little bit. No, so I started high school. When I was in high school, it went up to 4A. That was the highest classification in Oregon. So I started at a 3A school, and I played varsity. I was our 6th man. We were one of the top-rated teams in the state. I played varsity as a freshman. Then took over the starting point guard job as a sophomore. Then transferred actually to a 4A school. My junior year, play against better competition and all that type of stuff. But I was a pass first point guard. I set some assist records out there until some other guys broke them. But back then I set some.
We don't got to name them.
Nah.
Don't matter.
You might know a couple of them, but I love the assist. You know how it is, right?
Oh yeah.
You're a point guard. I like setting guys up. I was close to a double guy, 11 points, 9 assists. So I like to pass the basketball, but that was my high school days. Yeah.
So our next kind of question with that was your successes, and you set some records and stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep going on that because I'm gonna just shout myself out.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. No, I went to 3 state tournaments. Got to play at Oregon State University. Got to play at University of Oregon. Go Ducks! Take this off. So no, I got an opportunity to play at some of the best gyms that I grew up as a kid watching some of my favorite players on. Right. It was a really good experience. Played for actually the 2 winningest boys basketball coaches in the state of Oregon. Were my two different. Yeah. So old school guys, but really helped me develop as a player and my understanding of the game and stuff. So high school was awesome.
So who was this isn't a question on the list, this is just me talking. Who was the biggest basketball player that you ever played against, competition wise? You know, that like went on to the league and did stuff there too.
So I'm the same age as LeBron. Yeah.
1v1.
So we played down in Vegas, right? You know about that.
For sure.
We went down to Vegas and we had an opportunity to meet up and play against LeBron. We didn't end up working out that way. But they were in a tournament. We went and watched them. Had they lost, we would have played them. Watched it. So really interesting story about LeBron. We all got there. Gym is full. You know, you got Coach K in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby Knight back in the day when he was coaching, when I was in high school, all them guys. So show up in the gym and everybody's expecting, you know, this crazy show from LeBron. I think he had 4 points and I think he ended up with 22 assists.
LeBron,
you know what?
22 assists.
Okay.
He would come across half court.
Okay, but
have two
that
guys
doesn't.
away.
I mean, when you're watching somebody, you're not like, whoa, that's 8 assists. That's 9 assists.
Yeah.
You see the stat line after the game. You're like,
Well,
you count their points. You see how many times they score.
And if you understand the game, which not a lot of people do, but you understand the game and you see this dude come every time he crosses half court, they got 2 defenders waiting for him and guys are moving without the ball and he's just finding him. It's impressive when you can dominate a basketball game without having to score.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was like
crazy.
nothing I ever seen before. And it was crazy.
You know what's crazy about that is he always makes the basketball play, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why he kicked it to Danny Green
I like it. Yeah,
last
Yeah.
game too.
I liked
And
it.
he's
No.
so much that guy that it's to a fault sometimes.
No.
You know what I mean?
But what about if, you know, Steve Kerr misses that 3 from Jordan?
yes.
Then
Exactly.
Jordan,
John
then we aren't
Paxson.
John
Paxson.
Paxson. We aren't talking about that.
Nope.
Yeah,
Danny
exactly.
Green hits that. LeBron James, greatest playmaker to ever play. Blah, blah, blah.
Or you have the haters that say, "Oh, here comes another guy saving LeBron's legacy." I don't want to hear that.
No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
that's
so I'll
incorrect.
ask you. He was triple teamed towards the end of the play.
Mhm.
Do you think he made the right play? by passing?
100%.
I do.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
I do.
It's a
Like,
way
he
higher
can't- he
percentage
can't
shot.
take that
way
shot.
higher
No,
percentage shot.
dude, I struggle with guys, and rest in peace. I struggle with guys like Kobe Bryant, like Russell Westbrook, guys that are volume scorers that have to shoot a lot to score a lot. But a guy like LeBron James, I can't stand him because he's a Laker and I'm a Trailblazer, so it's just deep hate. But LeBron James, the pass first type play for, like you said, a higher percentage shot.
yeah.
That's what I'm about. I'm about
Okay,
that,
cool.
man. I'm about
Yeah.
making the extra pass to get a higher percentage shot because when it comes down to it, you do that. If he would have shot that floater over 3 guys 100 times and you make that pass to Green 100 times, Green's hitting that more than
Exactly,
LeBron's hitting
bro.
that. Like, that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So, it all depends how you view the game and all that type of stuff. And me being a point guard, and you can probably feel me on this, it's just you kind of got to view the game differently at times, you know? And so LeBron knows what he's doing, and that's why he's the second greatest player ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second.
Hey,
All
no,
right.
see that's great. No,
Hey,
He knows. He knows.
And you know
Yeah.
what? You know what? At the end of the day,
Oh,
Gonna get Brando a hernia, bro.
at the end of the day, no matter how many people wanted to see LeBron take that shot, we can play the hypothetical game. And if he misses that shot too, there's just another page of hate.
I think
Selfish.
Green was open. Caldwell
Exactly.
Pope was. They were already saying,
I
"Why
mean,
didn't he hit AD? AD was open in the corner." It's like,
Yeah.
dude, stop it.
Yeah, you can't play that game.
Stop
So
it.
is
too
a dude entitled to take that shot though? Like, I mean,
For sure.
it's
If
like-
he shoots it, nobody got a problem
Yeah,
with it.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
like LeBron
sure.
got a
It's-
look. They all came out,
he's a
but
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not. That's the difference between him and a Kobe. Kobe's shooting that ball.
Yeah.
Jordan's shooting that ball.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean LeBron's not on that level. He is. He just
It was the right play.
Yeah, it was the right play. And Jordan had to do that. And when Kobe hit Artest in that finals when he was struggling,
That's right.
that game 7,
Exactly.
Artest hit that shot.
That's a good point.
And that's part of their legacy. So it's just, dude missed a shot. It's basketball.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
The only
And the
problem.
series ain't over.
Exactly.
Let's not forget.
Nah, go Heat,
Every-
go
everyone-
Heat, baby.
Everyone's gonna forget about this Danny Green shot if the Lakers can win. But if they can't,
Everyone's gonna be
Oh,
looking
yeah.
back
It's gonna
on
be
it.
bad.
for
The
sure.
death
Yeah,
threats
Jimmy
are gonna
Butler's a god.
Which
is
messed
And
up.
that's just more
That's
hate for
wrong.
LeBron
Yeah.
and his finals record.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, if he did take that shot against 3 guys, he's gonna get called selfish. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
There's not much he can
Exactly,
do to avoid being.
criticize.
Hate
Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly.
On that note of watching great players, when we were in Vegas, same situation. We went watch the Zion Melo game,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like the same situation. Everybody expected like these big games, and like they were fun to watch. Obviously, Zion made his plays, Melo made his plays, but it wasn't like these guys are going to be generational talents
Yeah.
like they are going to be. I don't know about Melo yet, but Zion, like he's a generational talent,
Mhm.
right?
You can already tell.
So
Yeah, but anyway, to answer your question, Kevin Love, probably the best player I played against in high school. Yeah, so I was in a tournament with LeBron, almost had a chance to play him, but Kevin Love, probably the best player. Played against Jared Dudley back in the day. Yeah, that was interesting. Charlie Villanueva, you guys, I don't know if you guys even know who that is. I'm a little bit older.
No eyebrows.
Yeah. But probably Kevin Love. I played against him when he was a freshman, and he was averaging 22 and 19 a game. Yeah, so we were rivals. We ended up winning the league by a game over them, but he was a problem. Yeah, as a freshman even. So.
And that might not seem as big of a deal, like 20. What did you say?
22 and 19 as a freshman.
But like that's ridiculous, like especially in high school. Like when it's only 8-minute quarters, that's ridiculous.
He was a problem. Yeah.
How old were you too? Like 14, something like that.
Exactly.
That's insane.
Yeah, he was something different. And Kyle Singler was another one. He went to Duke. Played OKC. He's not like Love, but yeah. So
okay. Let's see. Let's discuss these lists, man. Let's talk about the list.
For sure.
So when did you start deciding like, I'm gonna start making these lists?
Stephen A. Smith of the
Man.
SIC, man.
So I gotta be careful with this question, and I'm glad you sent me this one because I started thinking about it. And so I was coaching at Eagle High School. I don't know how many people know that. I was at Eagle High School, and then I started a club there. I was running a club, and then everything. I'm sure everybody knows there's some stuff that went down there.
Oh yeah.
Coach ended up having to leave. Tough situation, and so I was planning on taking over the Eagle job last year. I was going to be their coach last year. Didn't work out that way. They brought in somebody who they were more familiar with, a little bit more old school than I'm a little bit more new school. Kind of do things different. Not a lot of people, like I said, are familiar with me out here. So they went kind of with the safe choice. They did that. And then things kind of unraveled from there. And I was, in a nutshell, pushed out kind of at Eagle and decided I'm not going to run Eagle Basketball Club anymore based on the situation changing and all that. And so we changed the E in EBC to Elevate, which is I didn't want to change the name too much. And especially with the EBC starting to get out there. And so I changed it to that and decided I didn't want to look for another coaching job anywhere. So I started to go to a few games. I think the first time I pulled out the camera and decided I wanted to start posting stuff was Skyview at Meridian.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I remember,
bro,
I remember seeing some, like on my Instagram suggestion, I scrolled down, I was like, who is this guy? And I clicked on him. I remember.
Yeah, it wasn't even planned. It was just like, man, I love basketball. I've gotten to know the players coaching in the league for the last couple of years and in club ball. So I'm going to get out and just watch the games I want to watch. My cousin is a teacher at Meridian High School, and he's one of the coaches over there. So I got out to that Meridian game. And I just started thinking about when I was in high school. After that game, so I was getting clips just for like him, whatever. And I was like, I'm going to post this or whatever, give these kids some love. And then I went home and I started thinking about it, talking to my wife and stuff. And I was like, man, when I was in high school, I remember this dude. His name was Phil Barnhart. And he set up this website called northwesthoops.com.
Oh, yeah.
And he had player rankings from all over the state and all. And I was like, man, I remember how sick that was. We were all talking about that all the time. He was getting us like, some exposure, stuff like that. And I came out here and I started to realize, man, Idaho got nothing like that at all. Exactly. These kids are working their butts off. Idaho's viewed a certain way, like, oh, there's no athletes out here, all that stuff. And that's not even it. It's just the exposure is atrocious. And that's a lot of different people's faults. I'm not going to get into that, but I took it upon myself as, you know what, I'm going to do what I can since I'm going to be going to all these games. I'm gonna just start posting stuff, and it kind of just grew. Yeah,
it was fast.
So
I remember, like, me and Zay were like,
we talked.
We were really early on.
We were really
we followed you
because me and Nico noticed you after that Skyview.
Yeah,
I have a question. So when did you start noticing that you were starting to become this icon?
Yeah.
No, it ain't even that. It's not even.
Bro, okay, let's be honest though. You got people coming up to you after
what you do is really
for sure.
A lot of respect for you.
Like what you're doing is awesome.
The RBC EBC collab.
Yeah, I love that, and that's all it's about, man. It's about having a good time. It's about showing dudes love. I was like, what is going on? That's what I'm talking about, bro. So no, and dude, I walked out my front door 2 days ago, and this kid runs across the street yelling at me.
Stop.
EBC. I was like, huh? And he's like, is that where you live? I was like, yeah, that's my house. He's like, I live right down the road. Can I get some merch? And I had some extra stuff on me, so I just threw it at him. I was like, thanks for the support, man. So yeah, it's turned into something pretty cool. I like to support, Keyshawn Liggins, who's a trainer, and Leon Williams, Diamond Lane, who's a trainer. I like to support these guys because everybody's doing something selfless for kids. Yeah, and I'm about that. And I just feel like my knowledge of the game and stuff, and I'm confident enough in myself, I got thick enough skin to go give my opinion. And that's all it is. It's one dude's opinion. Yeah. And everybody's like,
so can I interrupt you real quick? So that's kind of what we said like on our first episode of our podcast is like, when we talk, it's all going to be opinionated. So nobody's going to be wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's all opinionated. And with the list, going kind of circling back to it, the lists are not supposed to be negative. And that's what people don't understand. Bro. When I see my name on those lists, I'm like, dude, this is this guy's opinion. Lists can change too. Lists change all the time.
They will change.
So I don't understand why people get so salty and butthurt all the time. And that's just from a player standpoint. And AJ's obviously mature enough to understand that lists are going to change and people can take that and, get better from it or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've changed my preseason rankings 5 times because I get bored at home based on guys who aren't playing now or guys who are injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, just continue to change it, keep people interested, trying to come up with like new material, stuff like that. But like what you said, and it's a problem with a lot of kids these days. And my generation, which is crazy to say, but my generation is different. I feel like I was the generation right before you guys. I'm like twice your guys' age, which is crazy. But so it's just tough because I'm doing it, and kids can either, like you said, man, they can take it as motivation, or they can get all upset about it and like, I hate EBC. Exactly. EBC it's like, nah, man, that's not what I'm doing. It's my opinion. A few dogs we got out in the SIC, and I'll keep it real right there. Like we don't got a lot of guys that are dogs, and people are like, oh, what's a dog? It's somebody that can look at that and be like, no, he's not better than me. But you're not going to hate on me. You're going to take and go get in the gym.
You're going to work silently.
Exactly.
Or even better, you can say, yeah, that guy's better than me right now.
Go get better.
Okay.
And then you go after him. You don't go after you.
So if people really know that guy's better than me, okay, then I'm going to do something about it.
That's right.
Or he's not going to score on me this year. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's kind of what Meridian's program is like. Like, the frosh off team with Nichols, it's like, yeah, it's fun. Go lucky. When you hit JV with Shelby, bro, that's where you either quit or you get to varsity level. And that's not what I'm saying.
No, I know.
Because he's like doing track and he's hella good at track.
I know about
he decided not to do basketball anymore. If you play for Shelby and you crumble because of him. And so Brandon didn't crumble, but I'm saying you crumbled because of him, and then you just stop playing basketball because, that coach ruined it for me. No, you ruined it for you.
Yeah.
You ruined it for you.
Yeah. It's all about you. It's all about how you perceive it and what your reality is. And dude, it's how you take it. Use it for good, or use it for, I'm going to put my head under the pillow and be like, this random guy I don't even know who calls himself EBC thinks I'm not as good as this guy. And I don't think that guy's very good. So I might as well just quit.
Yeah, right.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are like that, man. And kids need to be mentally tough. And part of this is trying to instill that into your generation and Idaho and because it's not here. And you ask most coaches and most trainers out here, they're soft. Kids out here are soft.
They roll over so easily.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I had a guy talk to my cousin the other day, and he told him, hey, you coach for EBC? He goes, well, I used to, but there's not as many younger teams now. And he goes, so AJ? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I heard a lot of stuff about AJ around town. And he's like, all right, like what? And he goes that a lot of people don't like AJ because AJ doesn't play the political game. That's one of the reasons Eagle got rid of me, because I don't play that. I don't care how much money you got. I care what type of player you are and what type of teammate and person you are as well. And so no offense to Eagle, because I got a lot of friendships and stuff out there, but they do it different out there. And it just ended up not working out. And that's why I've gotten more kind of incorporated with your guys' program, because that's more my lane, I think.
Well, and it's not political. Coming into freshman year when Coach Jeff Sainer took over that head coaching job, everyone was freaking out because he was a slam coach. Yeah. And everyone was like, okay, we all need to play for slam.
Yeah.
And so a ton of kids transferred to slam, because that's what you do too. Of course. Parents are going to see that and be like, the best decision is we play for slam so we get a foot in the door, right?
Of course. It's that brown nose. I mean, we're going to be full disclosure. It's that brown nose stuff. And that's kind of what happened to me when I didn't get that Eagle job last year for the 1 year interim before Cody Pickett came in.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all these parents whose kids were playing club ball for me, the new coach was like, well, I want them not playing for AJ now. And so all these club kids I had, all their parents completely gave me the cold shoulder, stopped talking to me. And I was with them for 3-4 years. And it just turned into this environment that I was like, I am not about this life at all.
Yeah.
I'm out. So that's essentially how EBC got started, is Eagle, thanks to Eagle, because Eagle pushed me out. And then I was like, what am I going to do now? That was a struggle of a situation. Right. And I was like, I'm just going to go show all the kids love and kind of coach without coaching through this social media page. And I just felt like I had the type of personality and confidence in myself to build it and grow it. And I'm relational with kids. And that's what I was about at Eagle. I was like, I want to come in here and I want to build the relationships with the kids, have the relationship, especially in the situation that they were going through with the former coach. Like they needed to be like loved through that situation. Exactly. Because as a mentor, there's a guy they looked up to, and then all that happened. And Eagle was like, no, we don't want our coaches having the relationships with the kids. It needs to be more, let's forget about what happened and move on. I'm like, that is not what I'm doing. If I come in, I'm sorry. And so that's how it started. Kind of a sad story, but it all works out for good.
Works out in the end.
Everything happens for a reason.
Amen, brother.
Look,
Preach it.
Look where you're at now.
That's right. I'm hanging out with y'all. I'm having a good time.
Look where you're at the most famous podcast
for sure.
In the world.
Not
in the Treasure Valley.
Not yet, but it will be, right?
You better watch out, bro.
Anyway, yeah, and so I was on that note of politics or anything like that. Like Coach Jeff Sander did a great job about like completely putting that notion that you need to play for his club to play for him, right? Because you had guys that were from all different clubs. You just had to be good. Because when it was Davis' freshman year, he played for Hoop Dreams, which is like arguably Slam's biggest rival as far as kids go and stuff like that. Or it was when Davis was a freshman. And Davis wasn't playing for Slam. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he still was on varsity freshman year because he was better. Exactly. Up better than anybody else that could have had that spot over him. So that's why he made it. It wasn't about the club. It wasn't about, who knows who. It was about how good is Davis and what can he do for our program.
And that's why Meridian
that's how it should be.
About to win a state championship. Possibly.
He doesn't have us predicted though.
No, I'm not picking you guys to win it. I haven't come out and said that yet. Okay, if you want to talk about it, I'll give you a sneak peek of who I got. But
I know who you got. You got Post Falls.
Yeah, I got Post Falls.
Those boys can ball though.
I got Post Falls. They got a big three up there with some size to support them. I mean, they're gonna be real nice. Last 2 years, they woulda, shoulda, coulda won it. They didn't. Yep. They got the core. They got one of the best point guards in the state. You're going to have to handle him.
Oh, I know. I played against him.
Yeah, and they're coming down to play in that Middleton tournament.
Oh, are they?
And then I found out the other day that Lake City could win the whole thing too. They start four
young bucks.
They got 4 sophomores and they got a senior who C of I's looking at their senior, Jack Keesby. They're coming down to play you guys at Meridian. And this season, they're coming down. Really? I just found out. A little sneak peek for you. Lake City's coming down to play you. And
I didn't even know that.
It's funny that he knows more about
it. I got you. Yeah. So you guys, I hear we're playing Lake City, I think, early December. And then are you guys in the Middleton tournament?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
I think you're in the Middleton tournament and Post Falls is in that as well. So it's going to be fun to see those guys come down.
Yeah.
I'm going to be all over those games. So put on a show for me, Dray.
Hey, that's good.
But we're looking out for that page. For
100%.
I mean, just got to knock them off, bro.
Knock them off. Beat them. Shut EBC up, bro. I like it. I like when I get shut up and people, talk back to me. Man, it's fun.
Don't you remember last time you had, I think we played Bora.
Yeah, you had Bora by
5 or something, and I came over and it was the fourth quarter, and I was like, "What up, AJ?"
That's great. I got the picture of it. Yeah, I still got it on my phone, bro. Yeah.
And then then they took us to town the next day.
It's all good,
but it is what it is.
For real though, would you say Meridian is like the best? Has like the best culture?
I mean, dude, I've fallen in love with it. Like myself, I've been around it. Are you talking from
I'd say like
students, like everything?
Yeah. We all adore you.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Yeah.
awesome what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
No, for sure, dude. You guys have been fun. I mean, like you're just saying, you guys can play around with me. Like
Yeah, exactly,
you can
bro.
talk that smack, and I'm good with it. It's all I make predictions, right?
Yeah.
And I put points on
Exactly.
it. You don't do that in basketball. Like that's just something. And I do it just for fun. And I gotta, I picked you guys to beat Eagle by 8 twice. You beat Eagle by 8 twice, and nobody hits me up and says, "Dude, you were right on." I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give myself a shout out. People gonna start showing me love because I hear it all the time when I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you only hear it when you're wrong. That's what's
yeah,
funny.
Yeah,
That's what's funny.
but it's fine though. But yes, to answer your question, Nico, yeah, man, I think you guys and Bora probably. Bora at the state tournament, at the state championship game, when I was walking out of the gym at the Idaho Center, their fans let me have it. Yeah, but it was all love though. But they let me have it, and I was like, "Yep, I apologize for picking you 4th at the start of the year, saying whatever." And I said you guys were my favorite home court advantage last year. They hated that. I had so many
Yeah,
Bora
thanks for
students
that.
hitting me up.
Yeah.
But for like the Bora students to hear that and be like
Oh,
10,
yeah.
20 of them be upset about it, I love that.
It's okay
Because
to
they
be
care.
involved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So I say you guys in Bora, probably Rocky Mountain kids, they aren't as vocal.
It's because they've always kind of had it handed them.
Yeah.
Handed it to them. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
No, for sure. Well, and their players weren't, I don't think we're allowed to do the social media thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's something that went down last year with me, kind of early in the season with them in
Yeah.
Mountain View and all that. So that caused some
I
issues.
remember
So
that.
they weren't allowed to do that. And if all the players aren't on it, kind of talking about it, doing it, I'm sure the students around them
Right.
don't care much. You guys are going to be the number 1 team in the state. You guys are going to be the most talented team in the state. If you guys stay healthy, I don't know if you guys are going to lose a game. But at the same time, there are teams out there that are going to be able to give you
Run
problems.
for your money.
Yeah.
Man,
for sure.
especially with, I mean, I know you already addressed this, but like, I really was like super excited and like almost scared to play against like a Jaden Hansen alone, like Jaden Hansen,
Yeah,
in
just
his
him.
full strength,
Yeah, he's that guy.
being the guy for Rocky. And now that he can't, like, that's just shout out
That's
to him,
tough.
man.
Yeah, no, shout out
Love
to him.
Jaden.
And he-
Love to
Dude,
Jaden.
he they're going to be still really good. I don't think, and I haven't talked about this yet, I'm going to, but on my page, but they're still going to be the second best team in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They're
they've
good.
got that many dudes, and the 2 transfers
do.
coming in can play. There's a huge hole for who's going to be their playmaker.
100%.
The 2 guys
Yeah.
coming in need plays made for them.
Yep, 100%.
Blake Monk and Spencer Morehouse are kind of catch and shoot, create
Yeah.
from me. I mean, they can create, but
Playing with Blake, it was definitely Blake's phenomenal, like a phenomenal person and player, but he definitely meshes well with somebody like me and Jaden, who he's gonna create for
Exactly.
him and make it easier on him.
Yeah. So my question
he
is, who's gonna be that guy that's gonna create for everything they got around him? Because that's why Jaden
Yeah,
for me was gonna be
it's-
player of the year this year, because they have all these pieces around guys that can shoot, bigger guys that can get up and down the floor, and he was just gonna. He would average probably 15 and 10 a game maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
I could see that.
he was gonna be that type of guy. But that's a gaping hole
Yeah.
for me now. And Jack Andrews, a young sophomore, can come in and potentially, but you just don't fill those shoes. A
No,
3-year starter,
no,
state
no.
champ, best defensive player in the league, probably my opinion. And I don't know. You just don't fill that hole. So that creates more of a gap from you guys and a little bit closer of a gap from Mountain View, Eagle,
Right.
whoever else. So yeah, I think
Which is crazy. Sorry.
No,
But,
no,
like,
no,
that's
good.
crazy. One player,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because there's probably one player on each team that would do that.
it's also crazy that you take away who potentially could be the player of the year and they stay in the same position they are in the league. I think there's a big gap from 1 and 2 to
For player of the year?
no for teams.
Teams.
For
Okay.
me, it was you and
Yeah.
Rocky, and then it was everybody else, and then it was Capital Skyview.
Yeah.
So 3 through 9 this year is going to be wild. But now I think Rocky gets a little bit closer to, like I said,
3 through 9.
yeah, like CUNA, Eagle, all
Because
those
you don't have
teams.
that game manager. It's
No.
not a guy that just runs the game.
So yeah, now it's more Meridian, and then you got Rocky with everybody else, and then those last 2 teams, but which may not be a good thing for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's who's gonna push you. You know what I mean? honestly,
No,
like I'm gonna be
no,
honest with you, you're
I'm-
that
yeah,
loaded,
like-
and you're that loaded.
Like, that's kind of like what happened to us with Premier the last couple weeks. We were playing just like terrible teams and just rolling everybody. And then we just went down to
Arizona.
Arizona, right?
Yeah.
And we
I
played
was about to
real
catch one of your
dudes.
games,
And we were
bro,
like,
yeah.
whoa. Like we haven't seen this in a while,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's like that's kind of what he's
50
saying is like it's kind of weird that that's when you lose.
That's
those
when you
games.
lose that. That's when
And
like
that's what's scary.
that Rocky Mountain.
That
They
Rocky
beat Bora or
post-falls
Bora.
game,
Yeah,
kinda.
they beat Bora last year 3 times. Handled them.
Easy.
Okay, so,
Like,
so
easy.
yeah, they ran through everybody. Okay, they had lost that game at the start of the year to Wasatch, who was number 2 in the country at the end of the year.
Like, we can't even count that though.
No,
Like,
no. And then they run through everybody. They handle Bora because the matchups were Bolt's not going to do what he wants to do against Rogers and Triple and Randstrom.
No.
So they handled them, and then they go to that Post Falls team who are a bunch of dogs with multiple college players, and it's like, whoa, we haven't seen this for 25 games.
Right.
What happened? They showed up. It took them too long to get rolling.
Yeah.
They got down 18, 20 points.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
down.
they
Wow, I
did.
remember.
A lot.
I remember
And
watching
so-
that, you know, Max.
Right.
You guys don't want to just roll. We are so good. And then you come up to a Lake City or a Post Falls
Yeah.
or a team even like Madison. I don't know how good they're going to be, but they always got
They
kids
always got those.
that are like that can just show up and outplay you. And so who knows? But I think you guys are tough enough. I think you've got the right type of coach, the right type of culture out there to make it happen this year. I hope you guys do. I'm a Meridian fan. I want you guys to win it.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to prove it. And part of me pushing you guys in my own way is saying, no, you're not going to win it.
Right.
You are not the
Yes.
team, that Post Falls team that has beaten those 2 Rocky teams the last 2 years that have handled you guys.
Mm.
Post Falls beat them both times. You couldn't beat them. That whole team is almost back. I know their best player is not back, but they still got some dudes.
Oh,
You guys got to show me you can beat them before I'm going to show you that type of love. And hopefully that motivates them, right?
Oh, exactly.
that's
So-
that
And I've always wanted to do like the cross state matchups too.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
I cannot stand just being in the SIC
exactly.
over and over.
And then
again.
you
like I'd
you
love
only
to
play
play
in
teams
state.
because like obviously I think Mountain View played Highland last year, but that was like a preseason type game,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it wasn't like you know what I mean. I want to play actual games against other teams before we just meet them once in the broken state bracket
Yeah.
and just like you have no idea what you're doing.
Which I think they're fixing this year. I
ain't good.
I
read an article that they're going to go off of rankings. So they're going to have everybody ranked, and then based on the 8 teams that make it,
Are they gonna do like
wherever
the
the
1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5
So-
type thing or what?
Well, let's say for example, like let's say Eagles are like rated 12th in the state, right?
Sure.
And they end up making it to state. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13 make it. Okay, so 12 and 13. So 13 would play 1,
Right.
12 would play 2. So
Okay,
the lowest seed
that's what I'm-
the
that's what I'm
lowest seed
saying.
that makes state plays the top seed. But
That's
the
what I
problem
was
with
saying.
that is it going to be 2 SIC teams again?
Yeah.
Are you
that's
going to play
Running
Rocky
back,
in the first round? Like
Mm.
because you guys should have been in that state championship game last year against Post Falls.
Yeah,
in my
but you
opinion.
got-
No, it was
you
one
drew
game.
Rocky
It was one
first,
game.
exactly.
Eagles
It
should have
was-
played Rocky first, and you should have been where Bora was.
Exactly.
No, or you
but-
should have played Bora to
Right.
go to the state championship
Right.
game.
Well, I mean,
That's what it should have been.
even if it wasn't like that, we were one game away from what Bora was because when we lost that second round in districts,
Mhm.
that's what made that bracket the way it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Bora just kind of walked.
Yeah,
Not walked. Like, don't get me wrong. They had to
they beat
win
a
each
young
game.
Lake City team.
They had to
who
win each game,
Yeah, and then-
but
yeah.
it was a way easier road to the championship than ours was.
Than
or
you having to
Rockies
play
was.
Rocky.
Lake
the
City
first
and
round,
Eagle.
bro.
They beat Lake City. Started 3 freshmen
Yeah.
and Eagle. A
Who-
team that they
you
had
got
who-
Tanner,
yeah,
basically.
and who they beat 3 times this past year,
Yeah.
and then they got to the state title game. So that could have been you guys. You guys probably would have done the same
Mhm.
thing, and you would have had a shot at Post Falls, and I think
Right.
that would have been a good matchup for you. It's fun though.
I kind of had this idea, and I brought this to them. I think last week, and shut me down if you're not rocking with this. But like, I think it would be so cool if you picked like a player of the game
Mm-hmm.
and stayed for like when they got out of the locker room,
Mhm.
done
Oh,
talking to their
yeah.
family, and ask them a couple questions
Gotcha.
to post on the gram.
I like that. Yeah, I
Have
really.
you thought about that?
Yeah, I have. I really like that. I think last year because I was figuring it out on the fly, it bugged a lot of coaches. There's a lot of coaches that say don't follow the EBC page. Rocky,
Mm.
Timberline, these guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Timberline
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
even about
Don't
it?
pay attention to that
Interesting.
stuff. Don't
Interesting.
pay, and that's fine. I get that. I get it. But
You're gonna deal with that.
yeah,
later in life. It's
but
like,
but then what? You gonna go to college and
you're
and
not
then what?
gonna-
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
telling you not
exactly.
to follow
No,
the page.
no.
Nobody's,
Then what? Yeah,
nobody's
you
gonna shelter you from that.
No, that's what I'm saying. And we're and all I try to do is talk basketball, be about basketball. But I get it. But that's where we go back to our kids mentally tough enough to handle it. And
Seriously.
if a coach is telling guys don't look at that, in my opinion, he's saying you guys can't handle it. Yeah, so there.
So what do you
it was
thinking?
tough. I'm thinking, I think I'm down for that. I think I've had a lot of different ideas thrown at me of different things to do on the page this year that I'm gonna incorporate.
Mhm.
That's one I definitely like. But once again, it comes down to I'm at Timberline Rocky,
And what are they gonna do?
What am I gonna stay after? And am I gonna talk to Blake Monk?
Yeah.
Is Roy gonna let me?
I don't
And
know.
if I don't want to talk to, if Timberline wins, am I going to talk to Cooper Lumsden when Noble's? He's not going to let me. Like, yes,
Unless
I
they
would-
had like a 50 piece.
Yeah.
Please.
No.
Like at the end of the day, your coach can't after your game, your
Right.
coach can't prevent you from saying.
I
What's
know,
up
but like
to
they
whoever
at the
you
same
want.
time,
Exactly.
at the same time, I mean, you're not just gonna be like, screw you, coach. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
what I want.
You have to
I'm not
take
gonna
it
do
as,
that
like-
either.
Like he's your coach still, bro. Like
yeah, you
be
can't
like-
really. That's a slippery slope. That is.
Michael Statesman though. What about the state?
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like,
I asked Tanner Hayhurst last year, bro, we're boys. Can I talk to you about blah blah blah? He goes, yeah, I'll let you know. And I knew me and their coach last year, not on the same page at all.
Nah.
He is
Nope.
old school military. I'm new school. Let's hug it out.
Yeah.
Like we're completely different. I asked Tanner, and I thought there's
no way he won't.
He won't. And he goes, hey, I'm gonna have to let you know. 3 weeks later, I see an article comes out in Idaho Statesman, Tanner Hayhurst, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm media is all I am. I'm social media.
Mhm.
This dude is the newspaper. He's that old school stuff. You can sit down in a room and talk to him, but you can't talk to me. And I hit him up. He goes, no, you're right. I got you.
Okay, pause. And I didn't even
Makes no
see that
sense.
article
Yeah.
on the Statesman, but I
Yeah.
probably would have seen
Yeah,
his
probably
interview
would've
on
got
your
more of those
page.
coming
Exactly.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. So yes, my answer to your question is yeah, I like that. That's something I would do. There's no reason a coach should have a problem with it because what I'm doing is giving the kid exposure, love, and making him feel good about himself. I talked to Max Woodall last year.
Right.
I talked to a couple different guys. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it fun. It's about the kids. And so I think some of these coaches and people think that I think it's about me. And that's why I try to come across as I don't care. You either like me or you don't because of the way I carry myself.
Either way,
Okay.
bro.
Because I've got self-belief and personal confidence in myself that nobody is going to make me.
Like we've said, like last episode, it is what we make it. And right now, this is what the podcast is, and that's what you're trying to do. And so, like, they go hand in hand. It's our intentions that matter, not what you
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
about our
exactly.
intentions.
Yeah,
It's our
exactly.
intentions in our heart that matters.
Growing up, bro, like I lived that life where I'm just not about that. I don't want to. I'm 35 now,
Yeah.
right? I want to do what I can to pour into and just plant seeds, man,
Yeah.
and hopefully they manifest into something better. Whether that be helping them get a college scholarship, having a little bit of self-belief and self-confidence in their game. Because at EBC, our basketball club, the first thing we preach on the first day of practice, I just started practice with your brother. You can ask him.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm not the type of coach that I'm going to take you out of the game if you shoot and miss a shot. I'm the type of coach where if you do not shoot an open shot, get out the game because you ain't got no confidence, no self-belief.
Yeah.
And if you don't have confidence in yourself, you ain't going to make it in life.
Yeah.
I promise you ain't going to get a girl. You ain't going to get a job. You ain't going to make a team. Like I'm dead serious. If you don't believe in yourself and have a positive mindset, it's not going to happen for you.
Anyway, you basically answered everything else,
Yeah.
man. Like, we don't have, I mean, unless you guys got something off the top of your
I
head.
do.
Anything.
Okay.
Ask me anything.
We're gonna take this way back to
Oh,
earlier.
yes,
Oh,
sir.
let's go.
Way back to earlier.
Let's go.
So you said LeBron is the second greatest of all time. It's okay. I get that. I understand. But what would it take for LeBron to be your number one? What would he have to do for you
Nothing.
to say, okay, he's at that number one for me? And maybe he can't do it for you.
Yeah. I don't think.
So not even winning this year with the Finals MVP.
I don't
that
think.
does nothing.
I don't think
Back to
winning
back,
this year.
repeat.
I don't think winning this year, next year, and the next year, and him getting
Oh,
six
that's
does
a
it for me.
bold thing.
Because for me, it comes down to this. And dude, I am a bigger fan of the type of player LeBron is. Okay,
Mhm.
skill set LeBron is than I was Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, I grew up watching Michael when I was younger. Okay, but I'm LeBron's age, so I've obviously watched him his entire life. Mindset
Exactly. That's what it
and
is.
and the way he had this different level understanding of how can I get the best out of these guys instead of being, hey, I want to be your best friend, your buddy.
Yeah.
He found a way to pull things out of guys I don't think guys realized they had.
People were scared of it.
Yeah,
Like, it's a
and-
real mental game.
Yeah. And a lot of guys say, Scottie Pippen, he's one of the greatest players ever. I think he is still a great player if he doesn't go to Chicago. I think
Sure.
because he went to Chicago and he had this type of makeup that Michael looked at and he said, okay, I know what I can get out of this guy. And he transformed into exactly what Michael needed. Michael didn't need to go have an all-star traded to his team. He didn't need to go jump on that boat. He helped so many guys. He helped pull the best out of so many guys. And I know Ron Artest.
He even said, "Hey, I'm going to take a couple years off before I really establish myself as the greatest."
No,
You see LeBron doing
Okay,
that?
with that being said, though, because like Kobe and Mike, mentality-wise, you can compare them all day. Would you say Kobe is better than LeBron also then?
for me, that's when because Kobe got what he got from Mike. He said that. Okay. Kobe for me personally, because LeBron, because Jordan made everybody around him better. Period. And it wasn't always with his play. It was with
Mindset
this.
game,
You couldn't even see it. LeBron, you can see it. He makes everybody around him better. Kobe didn't necessarily do it this way like Mike. He more pushed the wrong buttons, wasn't always viewed as a great teammate.
Okay.
He did do that. He was able to do that with certain people who could handle that. Michael didn't care if you could handle it, because if you couldn't handle it, you're off the team. And he said that in The Last Dance. LeBron makes every single person around him better with his play, because his IQ is out of this world. Yeah, he's got Steve Nash
Magic
IQ,
Johnson,
Magic Johnson IQ, and he's 6'8", 260, and he got a jumper. So I'm taking a guy that makes everybody around him better before I'm taking a guy that needs to shoot 30 times to score 30 points.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a very cerebral basketball player, as are you.
Right.
And, I can see things happen before they happen, like you can. I've seen you play and all that. And I feel like I'm pretty advanced in my IQ with the game of basketball. That's why I was successful in high school and I was able to play high-level college basketball. Michael Jordan was in a completely different place that I can't really even
comprehend.
grab onto how he did it. And which is like, whoa, for me.
His
But
mentality was something else.
It was something different. And I don't even know if he fully understood.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch it and it's like, does this guy even realize
What he was doing.
what he was doing?
Exactly.
I mean, he had to have. It's like, this guy's a genius, or this is the biggest
Asshole.
ever. Like, oh my goodness. But you talk to a lot of his teammates and the guys that could handle it are like, no, he was that dude. We followed him, and there were guys that were like, Horace Grant, I couldn't stand him. Dude.
A little sophomore.
Yeah. So I say Michael for sure, and it's not even close for me.
I think it was basketball too, because when he was on that Team USA and stuff, and they were traveling all around, and they were on the Olympics and stuff, people were like, "Bro, who is this guy?" You hear people say, "If I could be like Mike." I've never heard anybody say, "If I could be like LeBron."
I say it all the time.
I wake up every morning.
I'm gonna be like
I mean, that has nothing to do with the goat talk.
Nah.
But I'm just saying, like, that's just.
But it does to an extent.
Yeah, sure, but that's just like an outside thing that I just thought was interesting. I'm just adding to the conversation.
Nico wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror. Who's the king? You're the king. You're the king.
hey, you like Bron?
Yeah, he goes like this every morning. He wakes up.
Yeah.
Walks out the door. His mom crowns him, and he walks out the door.
Life-size LeBron cutout.
That's hilarious, bro. No, but I think that LA is probably going to add another piece.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to probably if AD stays healthy, they're going to continue to win championships. And he'll end up with, I think he'll probably end up with 6. If he gets to 7, that's when everybody's going to start freaking out.
I think 3 at this point is like out of the stars, especially if he wants to be like that guy still.
But
Like if he's one of the top 2 players on the team.
But he's for sure. But he the thing is, he's a type of guy, and this is why he's so good. They can bring in,
I'm saying 5.
Bradley Beal or Paul George or Devin Booker or somebody that wants to get out of their situation, who's an elite scorer, and he can sit, dude. Like I said, when I went and watched him play, when we were in high school, he crosses half court, and you can't play him 1-on-1. And the second you run somebody at him, he is such an elite, world-changing passer, facilitator at 6'8".
Yeah.
He could get 5 or 6. he could maybe get 7 if he plays till he's 40. I am dead serious.
If he got 7, bro, he'd have to get things to really go his way, I feel like. But
Well, I think all that means is signing one other guy. They're going to change their team at the end of this year, and they're going to go get him, and it's going to be really freaking annoying, and it's going to make me want to throw up. And my Blazers are going to continue to not win championships.
Oh, we're going to get Damian Lillard.
Lillard. I quit everything basketball. I'll burn all my Blazers stuff. No, I don't know.
Logs out of EBC. So
yeah, this account's finished. No, but yeah, man, I think LeBron's got a couple more in him. I hope they don't win it this year. Jimmy Butler's my new favorite player. The Nets are going to be a problem.
And you see, Miami's not going to get worse from here.
No,
They're such a young team.
They have
not such a young team, but they're a young enough team that they're going to get better next year.
And it's that culture. Like,
They don't
can't
care. Like,
other organizations don't have that.
Yeah.
Like,
That culture, that heat culture.
you can-
Well, they have cap space for another star as well. They have no, they're talking about Giannis or talking about a guy like Lillard or McCollum or somebody like that. And there's no income tax in Florida, so all these dudes want to go keep all that extra money. Yeah. So Miami's going to be a destination. Miami, Boston, the East is going to be serious in the next few years. But LeBron, nobody's going to nobody's going to beat LeBron. I thought the Clippers. I think the Clippers have a shot, but they completely fell apart.
Dude, I don't even know Paul George is going to be here next year.
No,
I think they might ship him out.
I got one question for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have already answered this in episode 1, AJ, but you didn't watch it.
It depends.
I haven't watched it. No,
It's not posted.
It's not posted.
That made me feel bad. No, if you switch Russell Westbrook and Paul George in their situations, does it make either team better? You put Westbrook on the Clippers and George on the Rockets.
No.
Okay. Do you think?
I think the Clippers
get worse defensive wise.
But the Clippers don't have a game manager. Like, either way you look at it, Russ is a generational point guard. Like, that's true. Damn good player.
He's a stat stuffer, bro.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
For sure.
Bro, that's kind of what the Clippers
to get that out.
They have like Kawhi bringing the ball up the court though. And
I know that's a problem.
He's not that type.
He's
of
not that.
He doesn't want to be either.
So, they don't have. You're right. Then I mean, it's Beverly.
Like Pat Bev.
Yeah, no. I think they.
Kawhi could have went to the Lakers and had the easiest 3.
I think they're still second round exits. Even if you switch them, they're still second round.
But it's more blatant second round, not the Clippers could get to the Western Conference.
Yeah.
I think they're both blatant second round exits.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight up.
I think I'm hearing Harden is potentially going to go to the Sixers with Doc Rivers.
Oh yeah, I've heard that too.
But my thing is this: you gonna put. I cannot believe we're watching Jimmy Butler do what he's doing.
I know, right?
And then you look at the team he was on last year, and you're like,
it's like,
how did that Sixers team with Simmons, Tobias Harris, who averages 20 a game?
They didn't buy in. They did not buy into what.
No, they didn't.
I couldn't believe it.
And they got so many questionable motor guys. It's like, are you going to come out to play tonight? Or are you just going to have 10 points and 3 rebounds?
Crazy.
And 5 fouls.
And even with the T-Wolves.
Yeah, even with the T-Wolves. It's Miami's a young team who's hungry and will buy into the system. The Timberwolves were a young team with lots of talent that weren't going to buy into any system.
And then if you look at the mindset, look at the mindset of the guys on both teams. Like Duncan Robinson counted out. Tyler Hero is a hood rat, bro. He is a dog. He is a dog, bro. Yeah, I mean, Bam Adebayo, he's just a big body. He's not going to be anything. He is going to be something in the next few years. And then you got guys on like the T-Wolves and what I'm hearing about like Ben Simmons and some of these guys, Karl Anthony Towns, guys like that who are just mentally soft. They just want to play ball and call it a day. They're not dogs. They're not dogs. No, and that's why this Heat team is a 5 seed. And they've bought in. They've jumped on Jimmy Butler's. Jimmy Butler is a 1990s basketball player playing in this generation. He really is. So imagine putting Jordan, who is not in the same atmosphere as Butler. You put him because that's how Jordan was. Yeah, he was just like, no, we're not losing. We are not losing.
It's not going to happen,
dude. And I still truly believe. I think I picked the Lakers at the start of the year. I'll shut up. I picked the Lakers at the start of the year to win the whole thing because I was like, AD and LeBron on the same team. There's just no way. But Jimmy Butler is showing me something completely different from a mental toughness and leadership standpoint that I have not seen in a long time. I still think they got a shot. I don't think it's going to happen. I want it to happen. I posted Heat in 7 because it's wishful thinking. I think the Lakers to lose to the Blazers because I hate them so much. But I think if there's a team that can do something out of this world crazy, it's going to be this year's Heat team. But I think there's too much going on politically, and I think LeBron James' voice needs to be heard when they win the championship for the Democratic Party. We don't need to get into that. So this is not a political.
No,
this
we
is
already
not
said
a
that.
political.
We're not playing.
We are not talking politics. Hey,
politics.
it doesn't matter. Just everybody stay positive. One love.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question.
And on.
I have
Okay,
a
go.
question.
On D-Lo.
Oh my God.
This is
best
for
point
him.
guard in the league, baby.
D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, he's my.
That's
Besides
his
LeBron,
dog
he's my
right
favorite.
And he
Flame him.
he can
Go off.
when he did what he did. Here's my problem. When he did what he did to Nick Young, okay. Here's my problem with that.
He's messed up. Guys.
He did that. He did that to Nick Young, and then everybody got mad at D'Lo. Why? Because when Nick Young is the one that did what he did, he cheated on Iggy, right?
Yeah.
D'Lo exposed it. Whatever. Everybody's mad at D'Lo for snitching. But who's the one that messed up? Nick Young messed up, but everybody puts it on D'Lo.
Hey, that's
for
coming
whatever
from a
reason.
husband. That's
For-
from
no,
a husband.
that makes me so frustrated.
Right.
D'Lo can't. Okay, guy code, whatever you want to call it. Nick Young, don't do what you're doing then.
Yeah.
But you do something like that. So I forgive D'Lo on that end. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But he is smooth, bro. He can play. He's not ever going to be on a championship team.
Yep.
He's just not that guy.
No.
He can hoop. He's a hooper. Get out. Go give me 20. He will. And he's fun to watch. But he's not a guy that we want to win the championship. Let's go get him. The Warriors just got him. And then he was gone for Wiggins. Yeah, it's got to show you how they
Pass
feel
around
about
like a
him.
blunt.
Hey.
Hey, but I mean, also the fit was
They rolled that tight.
Stop.
They rolled that
Stop.
tight.
Hey, Golden State will be back.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I know.
Will be
100%.
back.
Lost
Watch.
time off.
Yeah. They're going to go get either Giannis. They'll go get Beal. They're going to trade Wiggins. They're going to trade that number 2 pick. They're going to trade
Something.
Yeah,
Looney.
Wiggins.
They had that guy that had a really good rookie season.
Jordan Poole?
No, Pascal.
Oh,
Pascal
yeah,
had a
yeah.
good year.
Yeah.
They got some pieces. They could go get a dude for a team that's ready to rebuild. I think they could go get a Beal.
Yeah.
You got Klay Thompson, Beal, and Steph. You got the probably the three best catch and shoot dudes in the NBA. Or you can go get Booker down in Phoenix, who's probably the 4th. Like, so the Golden State's going to do something. They got the best front office in the NBA. Golden State will be a problem for
I like the
LeBron.
Thunder's front office too, actually.
Oh,
I think
dude.
they're-
They have I wish
They're
they would have
smart.
gone and got something this year
I
to
know.
go with CP. Or I would have traded CP for another. They got 9 first-round picks in the
They
next
probably
3
will. I
years.
think they will trade him this offseason.
Yeah, well, he already
should.
basically said
Yeah, he's
that
done.
he's
He needs
he's
to
going to want to be traded. And I don't think Thunder fans are mad about that.
No.
Either.
go to Milwaukee and help
Yeah.
out Giannis, see if they can do that. I just don't think Chris Middleton's the good enough number 2 guy
No, he's
to win a
he's not.
championship. But then I hear people saying, well, Chris Paul's not going to mesh well with Giannis. Chris Paul is one of the best passers
Will elevate.
In
He's
NBA
gonna-
history.
in NBA history.
That's exactly
His job
what
is to
he
make
needs
things easier.
Uh-huh.
That's what Giannis
That's-
needs. So I don't know
yeah.
who's saying all that, but it's going to be interesting offseason. People are going to have to adjust, and the Warriors are going to be serious next year. They're going to be a problem. It's going to be fun. But anyway, we could talk hoop all night.
Yeah,
let's
we
get
could go
But the
hours.
finals are on. Let's go
Let's
watch
go,
the
let's go
NBA.
watch
Get ring number
Yeah.
4, baby.
Yeah.
So on that note of D'Angelo Russell being passed around like a blunt.
Yo, wrong for that. Yo, wrong.
No,
I had
but-
to bring up the question.
Yeah.
I had to.
but for real, this has been fun.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, yeah, for sure.
My
Thank you.
pleasure,
We-
man.
Hey,
I love hanging
We
out.
knew when we were gonna start this. We were
We
like,
knew this.
We're like,
Dude,
dude,
this
yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Like right off the rip, we were like,
Oh, man.
like seriously, we were like, I was like talking about guests, and I was like,
We knew.
how has no one said AJ yet? Like I was like, we're getting AJ, and they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
We knew you were going to
Anyway.
be our first guest for sure. No
Anyway.
doubt.
Hey, anytime you guys want me to come,
Hey,
hang
we'll
out.
have you back.
Oh,
For
for sure.
Well, we'll be
sure.
back when LeBron
After the
certified
finals,
goes
after
with
the
8
finals.
rings.
Yeah, I live 4 minutes down the
Yeah,
road. I'll
bro.
walk over here, bro.
We'll
For
have
sure.
him back on here. we'll have this, I'm sure, posted hopefully soon. Episode
Yeah.
1, go watch that if you haven't.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah, I will.
AJ,
I'm on it.
go
Yeah.
watch that real
Go
quick.
freshen up on
Tonight.
That.
Yeah,
Episode, bro.
Hey, you got to give me the info. I'm on it.
I will.
I'm gonna give
I
you your
will.
first like, bro.
Anyway,
Like and
it's been
for
fun,
sure.
and we'll try to get another episode next week with a guest. We haven't decided yet who that guest is going to be, but we'll get that to you guys later. That's it. That's a wrap.
That's
a wrap.
Episode two.
Episode two.
Episode two.
Go Warriors.
Wow.
Go Warriors.
Eat 7.